weight. So we call it, psychiatrists now, I think they call it phantom fat or body dysmorphia. I'm not able to register the weight release. And in this moment, I thought, what do I do? How, is this gonna be forever? And immediately, 4 decisions came to mind. And they came to mind really fast because it wasn't the first time I thought about them. The first thought was, all right, I could go to the store and literally run away. Yeah, I could run away somewhere and start over. I could start over somewhere. Try to figure this out. It's one option. I could take my life. That was a daily battle. I could change. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know if it was possible for me. It's what I really, really wanted. But I had no idea what that really looked like. Or I could stay the same. This was the one that I chose every single time these options came up for me. Because in my mind, I would think, well, if I wait just a little bit longer, maybe things will change. My husband will get this job, we'll get a house, life will start to look differently, then I'll be happy, things will change. I just gotta wait a little longer. But this specific day was so different because I knew that I was done waiting for everything and everyone around me to change. So in that moment, I made it my decision to experience happiness. I was going to change and I would experience happiness. Now, it's true that the next 9 to 12 months were absolutely transformational for me. My mind, my body, my soul, my essence, my complete experience with life had transformed as a result of that decision. But in the beginning, I kept getting stuck. And instead of trying to describe or explain that to you, I need 3 wonderfully loud lady volunteers to come up here. I know you're loud. If you're loud, come up here. 3 ladies. Okay, yep. Okay, awesome. You know what? One more. Yes. Oh, thank you for your support. I love this. Okay.
As I walked by, I said, Rayleen's loud.
Okay. So ladies, who has a goal like this dream? Big one. It's big, it's radical, and you're going after it. You do? What is it?
I am going to book every single day this year. I started August 4th, and that means making 10 reach outs to potential customers.
Okay.
Every single day.
Book every single day this year. Okay. Okay, so you're going to represent the change, this desire. She represents the change. This is the goal, the vision, okay? Really, really self-critical, like probably the master. I'm going to need you to come on over here. So what you're going to do is you are going to represent her past. You were going to remind her of all her failures, her shortcomings, her efforts that didn't work out. You remember, you really messed up, chick, all right? So in just a moment, this will all make sense. So you're the past. All right, who's got a really great heart and usually the inspirational one? And is that you? Okay, you are going to represent her heart. You are going to inspire her. You're going to remind her of purpose. You're going to remind her, okay? And you are going to represent the very primal brain that says safety. Avoid the unknown. It's too risky. Just settle. It's okay. Different time, okay? So would you come here, please? Stand here. All right. So what you're going to do is just, and we'll do this in just a minute, you're going to just say out loud, booking every day of the year, something short to represent your goal, okay? And you are are going to be very critical, and you're going to be walking around her as she's saying over and over and over what her goal is, okay? You're walking around her, and you're also walking around the opposite way, being the heart, inspiring her, and you're also walking around reminding her that the unknown is unrisky. So it's going to happen all at the same time, okay? Does this make sense? All right, so go ahead and start saying your goal.
Booking every day of the
Okay.
year. Booking
You
every day of the year.
You are a winner through and through. You are incredible. You have spirit. You have soul. You have heart. You can do this. I know you can. You've done it over and over. You can prove yourself. You are such a good person. You deserve this. You are amazing. You are
Okay.
incredible.
Thank you,
You are
ladies.
loved.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You can have a seat.
And I just said and listened for her voice, and I shut out her voice.
Okay, good. Good. Who in here can relate to this? Yes. Everybody put your hands up again. This is, look. Everybody look around. Look around. Because I know that that is the most common place for us to get stuck. But I also know in that place you feel the most alone. Everybody in here raised their hand. And I know that somebody in here needs to know this. Hear it more than ever. You are absolutely not alone. Raise your hands again. Take a look around. Everybody's hand is up. Everybody goes through this. So the question then becomes, how do we get this to calm down? How do we tame it? How do we tame this? Now, I don't say, how do we stop this? Because it's not going to stop. Anytime you change, anytime you make a goal, a decision to do something different, to unfold and expand into a brand new territory, you darn well better believe that the primal part of you is going to do its job. It's going to keep you safe. It's going to ask you to settle, to stay in what's familiar, and do not move into the unknown because it is far too risky and all it wants is your survival. This is primal. So how do we tame it? I use the 2 universal laws. That which you focus on expands. So if you are focused on trying to get that noise to stop, what's going to happen? It's going to expand, it's going to continue. That which you resist persists. So if I'm trying to get it to stop, what's happening? It continues. So if I'm resisting it, it gets worse. If I'm that which you resist persists, that which you focus on expands. So I'm either causing it to continue or to expand. So what do? How do you get that to stop? How do you tame that? You acknowledge it. You acknowledge it. And you can do it very simply. For me, it sounded something like this. I hear you. I hear you. Thank you. Thank you for doing your job. I know you're keeping me safe. Thank you. But I've made the decision to change and experience happiness instead. I'm not disrespecting the primal. It's doing its job. But I'm not focusing on it so much anymore, so it's not continuing, and I'm not resisting it, so it's not expanding. It dissolves the resistance. Thank you for doing your job. Thank you. But I've made the decision to do this instead. Now the decision. Decision is so important because decision gives you something to focus on. that which you focus on expands. So once you've made a decision and you know what you want to expand in your life, I use this really simple equation. I am not a numbers person. Like, really, I can teach preschoolers and that's about it. Like, okay, so good for you. There's no numbers involved, just words. Decision plus change equals a new reality. Decision plus change equals a new reality.